Hi and welcome back. So what we're going to do now is start the lesson where we finished off last week with entering our formula into the spreadsheet. So a little bit of a recap. On the screen there you will see that I've left the math symbol here and I've also included the spreadsheet symbol. So as we identified last week, that to get the spreadsheet to perform a calculation for us, we have to tell it what we want it to do. So in this case, we have to tell it that we want to do a sum by entering the equals button into the cell. We also changed the number to the cell address. So in this case, equals cell A1. The maths calculation that we're going to do is plus, so plus C1. And then we'll press enter and that will give us our answer. So if we go to the next one, again, remember please that we need to put in equals so that we're telling the spreadsheet that we would like it to perform a calculation. The address where the first number is living, the function that we want to do, in this case minus, and then click on the address of where the second number is living and press enter. So those two are quite straightforward. This one we need to think a little bit about. Remember that we said that the math symbol, the multiply symbol, is an X, which is not accepted in the spreadsheet because it is a letter. So again, equals the cell where that's living. This time we're going to replace the X with a star, which is multiply, by this address and enter. So I'm just going to quickly go through the next ones. So equals that, multiply by that, enter. Equals this plus this, enter. Okay, so now we move on to the divide sign. So again, divide is a symbol that wouldn't be accepted in a spreadsheet, and we identified that it was the / last week. So this one again, equals A6 divided by C6, enter. So I'll just continue all these down to the bottom. Okay, so that's nice and easy how we enter into the spreadsheet to perform a calculation. It's your chance now to have a little bit of a practice. So in a minute I'm going to go through this next worksheet, then you're going to pause the video and you're going to have a go yourself. Okay, just so that you can see that. So you are going to now work out what the questions are asking. So in this one here, I'm wanting you to find out what 5 add 5 is. Nice and easy, we should know the answer to that one. But you're not just writing the answer, you have to put in the formula. So again, thinking about the process that we're doing, equals, click in a cell of where the first number is living, using the correct symbol and add it to the cell again. Okay, so we've got the answer there, but we've also got correct, so you know that you've done that correctly. Click into the next one, equals this number, adding to this number. Correct. Now I'm just going to skip the next two and I'm going to go to this one here. So remember that you need to change your symbol. If, however, you forget to change your symbol and you put in equals this by this, enter, you'll get an answer, but you don't get the correct next to it. So you need to go back and have a look, and you can see by looking in the formula bar here what you might have done wrong. So in this case, I'm going to go back into there and I'm going to change the add sign to the star, which is multiply, and I'm going to enter it. Okay, so you'll be able to work through all of those. When you've done those, task 2 is a little bit harder. So what we're doing here is we're asking you to add 3 numbers together. So we're going to put the first number in, number 5. We're going to put the second number in, which is 3, and the third number, which is 2. And the formula, if I want to add all of those together, will be equals, click on the 5, plus the 3, plus the 2, and enter. These others are a little bit harder, and if you can't manage them, that isn't a problem. Alright, I just want to see what you can and can't do. So for this one, subtract 30 and 50 from 100. So what we could do there is pick out the biggest number being 100. Then we've got 2 other numbers here. We've got a 50 and we've got a 30. So what is it asking you to do? Well, first of all, we want it to perform a calculation. So equals goes in. So subtract 30 and 50 from 100. So I'm going to click on 100 because that's the biggest number first. So 100, take away the 50, take away the 30, and then enter to get the answer. Work your way through, having a go. Like I say, it doesn't matter if we struggle with these. This is just a little bit of a practice. The main one that I want is for you to get all of these first ones correct. I'd like you to pause the video now, and I'd like you to go away, open up this task and have a go. Okay, welcome back. I've also put another little sheet together for you, again just to practice, and these are sheets that you can use over and over to practice your skills. I don't want you worrying about the numbers, okay, we're looking at the functioning of putting a formula together. This one again marks itself for you, so you'll be able to see where you're getting it right and where you're getting it wrong. So if I click into the orange sections, it's the orange sections where we're going to put in our formula to get the answer. Again, we're going to start with equals. Everything starts with equals if we're doing a formula. Then I want you to click in to the first cell. That gives the address of where that number 27 is living. If you look at the top, on this case, it's going to want you to multiply. So you need to choose the correct symbol, again in this case being the star. Multiply that by the number 9, which is in C8. Once you've entered that, press enter and you can see whether you've got it right. As you get these gold bars right, they will turn gold and they will calculate at the bottom. So you know straight away whether you have got this right or whether you have got it wrong. And if you've got it wrong and it doesn't turn yellow, I need you to look into this formula bar to find out what you might have done. So again, we'll try this one then. So equals, click in that cell for that number, so that's F8, and the divide, so remember that's the forward slash, divide that by that number 12, which is living in G8, and then press enter. If you forget to put the right one in and we change that to multiply because you've not read it correctly, it won't go yellow and you know that you haven't got it right. Okay, so this is just something that you can practice anytime. Okay, once you've completed it and you're happy with it, go into each of the orange areas, delete the formula that you've put in there, and you can have a go again. So this is something that you can work on over and over, just to practice typing in the correct formula. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. Hi, welcome back. So what we're going to do now is have a look at how we could use the formula to calculate a real life situation. So in your workbook you will see that I've given you a task to work out the formulas to put into a spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet that we're going to be using shows stock from a store that has 2 shops in different areas. The owner needs a formula in column D to calculate the totals of both shops. If you open up your spreadsheet that we've got saved as stationary task, we've got those numbers in there already. Okay, so in column D we need to put in a formula to get the totals of those 2. We also really need to put a heading in there so that we know what it is that those numbers are relating to. So you're going to have a go, put in a heading, whatever you think that that might be, and then you're going to put in a formula starting with equals to find the total of the number of pens in the Wakefield and the Leeds shop. If you pause the video, go away and do that, and I'll be waiting for you when you come back. Okay, welcome back. So if we're adding them, we want to find the total. So easy thing to remember, again, equals, click in the cell address where the first number is living. We know that we have to add them together, so we're going to add to that number, and then we're going to press enter. We could do that all the way down and type it out. I'm going to show you a little shortcut now. So I've made that formula equals B2 plus C2. We've talked about each cell, when we're in it, it's the active cell, and at this moment in time D2 is the active cell. And if you go right to the bottom corner of that cell, you will see a little box around the green edge. When you move your mouse over it, it changes from the white cross that you see now to a thin black line cross. And if you left click with your mouse and you drag that down to the bottom, what that does is it copies the formula below. So if we click in there, you can see that that is B2 plus C2. If I move into the next one, I click up here, you can see that it's highlighting the cells underneath. And that's done that all the way down. So that's the quick way of what we call replicating or copying the formula down to each of the rows. Okay, so if you've got that and you've got that like I've got it, then well done, you've got everything right. Did you put a heading in? Total? Then we need to neaten this up a little bit. So I want you to tidy up this so that it looks neater. We do that by highlighting the areas that we need, choosing the border that we want. Okay, so put a border in there. The lines aren't just as big now. You can put lines across there. Move that into the middle. Okay, so we're just making it neater. Okay, well done. Pause the video, go back, check yours, and we'll move on to the next section when we come back.